y'all are going to jail.
You ever get a little bit of money and be like, I understand why embezzlement happens. Like, I get why crime happens. Just a little bit.
And welcome to another grand episode of Dots and Lines. This is where the hard A's meet the Wednesday Warriors. We're here to talk about everything anime, manga, and everything in between. So please introduce yourself, fellas.
It's your boy, me, Connell, your friendly neighborhood Renaissance man. I do all the things with all the stuff.
Hello, friend. It is Mr. Sniffles, Digga Dez. His name is Desmond.
And I'm Grayson Red, a big old nerd that is dealing with criminals.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
I've been a criminal since high school. What do you mean?
This is an evil world we live in.
Listen, if your homie tries to get you to sign the NDA, don't do it.
All right, so we're gonna talk about some things, some fiery things. Please, Digga, hit us with the truth about Fire Force.
So watching this, it felt like when Full Metal Alchemist finally, defeated Envy with him turning into the little thing at the end. Basically, it was kind of like that with the Giovanni, because he is still very much so, even more creepy than he was when he fought Shinra. Somehow, don't know how that happened, but this man doesn't die. He is literal roaches and insects, the plague, all of it. So yeah, backstory, more lore. Giovanni is an engineer, and so is a Vulcan. So they're having their little. Again, this is not a tournament arc, but everyone's gonna go through their. It's Lisa and you and Vulcan versus Giovanni, because Giovanni needs all the people you can versus them. So. Yeah, it's a lot going on, using science with magnetic fields and insects to disturb the blah, 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 blah. They find the real Vulcan. He's corrupted you. A lot of shiesty on. He ends the episode with putting the tip in for the key to the core. Putting the tip in. But yeah, the key to the core of Amaterasu. Again, pi is a big, feature. They said basically that the sun was the instrument of like the first failed cataclysm and a whole bunch of,
I thought that was really cool lore, by the way.
Yeah.
That was very cool lore.
Yeah. It's dope. I mean, it's good. So all this is going a little bit different than it is in the manga. All of it is pretty much happening at once, Arthur versus Dragon, round 2 and all this. So they're switching it up here to give everyone their own spotlight, and I kind of like how that is.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that they are. It feels like everything's going in a hyperdrive and not rushed, but hurried, which is kind of what I want. I don't want things to meander around because I know this is the end. You know what I mean? There's no bones to pick about this. Like, we're barreling towards the end here. Give me everything I'm looking for. Lore drops, cool fights, and a lot of aura.
Whole bunch of that. I mean, it's scene out of a horror movie for sure when Giovanni corrupts you. That he didn't have to do all that. That
he's basically Diddy.
Pretty much.
Bro, free Diddy, bro.
Okay.
Who wasn't in those Epstein files? The D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D is Diddy. A fixture in hip hop. Just putting that out there.
You know who was in that files? Duke. And fuck Duke. That's all I wanted to say.
And
so Fire Force.
Good episode.
Yeah. Fire Force, Shinra, the real devil, not Blue Devils. We don't talk about them.
Okay. All right.
This hate is multi-faceted.
For sure.
Multifaceted, yeah.
For sure. You can hate with anime and sports and combine them all into one.
That's true.
I want to speak about love. I want to speak about relationships and
Ooh,
bonds.
Teratita?
She's a lolly. She's a child. Let's not talk about love and
Let's
bonds.
talk about someone who's of actual age. Yes, Phil.
That's what the episode was about.
We're going to talk about,
Okay.
someone who's of age. That's his fiance. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I do like that. She said that
goddess
she's
not of age?
like a.
Bro, come on,
No,
bro. Come on, dog.
crazy,
Come on, bro.
crazy,
Hell, bro.
crazy.
What
That's
you
like
mean? She
saying,
a
like,
goddess.
no.
You know, at one point in time in the episode, Xylo says she's a child. I'm like, thank you, Xylo, for understanding.
Yeah.
Like, thank you. Please.
At least he recognizes it, but to everybody else, it's just weird. But I do like the fact that his fiance still is like, nah, I'm gonna try and get you free. Like, I'm still here for you, even though you basically committed, like, I don't know what the term is for killing a deity, but that.
Yeah, well, killing a deity is heresy. I think
Deicide?
any deicide, that would make sense.
Yeah.
So this episode of Sentence to Be a Hero was really cool. We're following up. We weren't able to talk about it last week because we had clearly too much going on. Last episode, once again, Xylo and his group of heroes were caught in a trap in which everyone thought they were going to die. But Xylo's a badass. Terita came through for him, and they messed around and had a new power-up with the Holy Sword, which was raw, by the way. Did you guys watch last week's episode?
Dog, the animation in the show is stupid.
It's insanity. They kill the Blight. They handle the humans that are working with the Blight. And because of that, the higher-ups are like, okay, you know what? We hate him, but he's kind of cool. He can put in some work for us.
That's the one where they're talking about coexisters?
Yeah, the coexisters are the people that are working with the Blight. Essentially people that want
in the government.
Live amongst. Yeah, but in the government, which is like, are you guys saying that the government is a bunch of people that worship demons? No way. That could never be real.
And cannibals? What?
What? No way.
Crazy.
That's so fictional.
Who would have thunk? Not me.
It was a cool transformation scene. You can call it that.
Yeah. It was cool. The whole episode, this whole series has been cool, but every time they hit their 3 episode or 4 episode arc, something cooler happens. We find out in this
fucking
episode
dragons and everything, bro.
Yo,
bro,
what?
The fucking demon lord.
Jace, who is a hero because he had a drug that helped the dragons, and he also led a rebellion so the dragons wouldn't get abused. He's basically an animal activist that the government was like, no, nigga, you're going to be tortured forever now.
Basically. Yo, who was that one dude? The one who has like no sense and his sole purpose in life is to like violently kill people.
Oh, yeah, he was crashing out this episode. Yeah, he just screamed and burst 2 niggas' heads off, and I was just like, oh, okay.
For those of you guys who don't know, we're talking about episode 6. We're talking about episode 6 and 7 just because we didn't cover episode 6. But yeah, Tatsumi in episode 6 was going nuts. Going stupid.
Yeah.
Crack a nigga's head just like Dad said.
Yeah, I like how the different, because even though we're gonna call him a human somewhat, yeah, but like you got heroes, you got fairies, you got goddesses, aka lollies. You know what I'm saying? You got the demon blade, like all of it is. It's coming in, basically turning into kaiju, like a demon lord that can masquerade as a shapeshifter, like as a human. That's kind of crazy. And now you got the coexisters who and so maybe that's some type of experiments going on. I don't know, but it's a lot.
Yeah. And I gotta say, man, the fight scenes are something to behold. I don't want to skip over this piece of lore. They're thrown into another mission. They're in an Arabic inspired town where there's a whole bunch of danger afoot. And apparently the coexisters are getting ready to assassinate Terita because they figured out, oh, she's too powerful. And this guy pops up. Earlier on in the episode, Frenchie, it's Frenchie, right? Xylo's fiance is like, okay, I'm investigating something.
That's her name.
Yeah, I'm investigating something, and it looks like one of the demon lords can transform into humans, which I was like, Nani? Oh. That's a huge deal. That's insane. They can just walk amongst you guys, and they have those crazy powers. This guy pops up, and he don't seem fucking human.
Yeah, it's a tell for sure,
bro. Later on in the episode, Jace pops up and puts belt the ass on him real quick.
He just said Jakars, really. And there was no busting of ass. He was like, "Oh, so I can withstand Dragonfire. That's cool to know. I'll be out. I'll see y'all next time."
I mean, listen, man, a nuke is a nuke.
A nuke is a nuke, but golly, this was a nuke.
Yeah,
this was a nuke. Are you kidding, bro? Look at this.
The only reason he survived is because that Jace didn't know he was fighting a demon lord. Because if he did, he wouldn't have stopped firing.
He's on fire, looking at him, and still transforming like nothing happened. That was crazy.
I mean, that sounds cool. All right, so like, no, but like, if JD was on the field, right, and they got some shit that's unaffected by the thing, then I didn't nuke the field. You know, I'm gonna do some type of way to make sure that you get up out of there too, because it's basically what this was. Like, it seemed cool. The Dragonfire was like, but it didn't amount to
everybody else.
But it did that.
But he's still there.
Hold on, but it did that, and then he had a hand trap that, guess what, protected him. You still nuked everything else, and had he not had the hand trap, it would have worked.
Nah.
Oh, so just so you feel better, bro, he didn't nuke the field. He dropped a small bomb. Does that make you feel better?
Yeah. It's gotta be. I mean, if you do it more than once, then yeah, kind of. But yeah, I mean, this is by definition not the.
You're not gonna get that boy his win.
Yeah.
Listen, I think his name is Bujan. Bujan is going to be a problem, and it's scary to think that he's just walking amongst people and can transform.
Yeah, who was the sword nigga?
The sword girl?
Sword. I mean, nigga's gender neutral, but like
that was a woman. Okay,
nigga is gender neutral.
Nigga is gender neutral. That's gonna
be the sure is. Because I mean, it is.
In all seriousness, I forget her name, but she also was a problem because she had that weird sword transformation with her arms that cut up.
Yeah, basically,
that was nuts.
The way that it looked like.
Yeah, I love this episode. More layers to the story, more things to make me freak the fuck out, and more stakes. We have demon lords walking amongst us, some of which are working in the government, which would never happen in real life.
Art imitates life, or life imitates art, I guess. Is this based on a manga, or is it just?
I think it's a light novel. It's either, I'm pretty sure it's a light novel.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a novel.
Yeah, I can double check that. But yeah. Did you want to talk about Fate Strange Fake or no?
Oh yeah, Fate Strange Fake is one of the most beautiful shows I've ever seen. The way that it does like their almost comic book like paneling when it comes to their characters, and like the Fate series as a whole is just kind of cool. It's a cool concept. It's like you get to summon a hero from history to fight on your behalf, and they have different classes, like almost like D&D classes almost. Mm-hmm. But it's just cool to see them fight, and for some reason their budget is just astronomical because every Fate series that has come out, in my opinion at least, has had at least one or two fights that can be contender for anime fight of the year. And that's every Fate series that's come out. And I put that on everything. All of them have had bombastic ass, like, oh, you put the whole budget into this fight, but it had like 4 of them throughout the series. Throughout that one particular series.
Next level.
Oh my God.
Fate Zero is next level.
Stupid. Saber. It's crazy. But yeah, I feel like the Fate series, this one, and in this one, one of the summoners summoned the goddamn Gundam, like summoned the mech.
Oh man, I'm 2 episodes behind. No, I need to see it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you how or the why behind it, but and I stand behind this. Whenever there's magical powers, there is always someone with a gun that's like, I'm gonna test this out to see if it works.
Damn, I'm
Sport.
trying to interested in Justin's ratio now, because like, so like, what would you say is your? I'm gonna read a comic during the week, and then like because this is a pop in that season, but still it is a lot to get to sometimes. So like, what would you say is your ratio right now with hard
Ooh.
Aing and Wednesday War?
It's really it's a vibe. I'm living off vibes. For me personally, it's whatever I'm most interested in. Like, I took the flight out to Vegas this weekend so I could go to Bandai Card Fest. Pictures here, and I got to catch up on Ichi the Witch, and I was feeling it so much. I ended up reading 40 chapters just on the plane ride. If I catch a groove for something, which manga is really good for, I can just kind of binge a whole bunch of it. And for anime, it's stuff that it's usually what I'm excited for the first 2 weeks of a season. So I just wanted to see what Sentenced to Be a Hero was about, and it kept me excited, so I kept watching. I would say I read at least 6 comics a week.
Nice.
I read 4 mangas, with the exception of this week where I read way more because I was just on a plane. And then right now I'm watching 5 anime.
Damn. So was it is Sentence to Be a Hero, Digimon?
Sentenced to Be a Hero, Fire Force. I'm actually catching up with Frieren, which is great. I'm at episode 12, and I'm like, finally. Yeah, kill a demon. For Christ's sakes.
All right, bet. Yeah.
I'm 2 episodes
12's not
behind on
bad.
Fate Strange Fake. And there's one thing that I'm forgetting right now. But it'll come to me later.
Oh, I thought Digimon was on the list.
Nah, I fell off on Digimon, and there's no particular reason because I like the first 4 episodes.
By
I watched them
Vigilante
in sub.
Specific?
No, and I should be watching that. It didn't catch me the first 2 episodes. Like I said, those first 2 weeks is kind of pivotal for me.
Word.
Yeah. But when it comes to comics, it's kind of like I don't want to say a bad habit, but.
So it sounds like it's kind of 60-40, but it's kind of 50-50 because with the manga along with the anime, that kind of evens it out there.
Yeah.
I would say is what it sounded like.
Yeah. And don't get me on something new. Like I'm gonna binge Kagurabachi because I heard part 1 was amazing and I got that playmat. So
Yeah, that shit hard. We definitely need the image for that.
insert here, Justin. You want to talk about Darwin Incident?
Darwin Incident is a anime that Nas suggested last week, and pretty much what it's about is a scientist in his quest for knowledge fucks a chimpanzee, and that chimpanzee gives birth to a hybrid humanzee that is a chimpanzee and a human. Meanwhile, PETA is running around like ISIS, blowing up buildings and shit. Gone crazy.
Sure. Is that Obama?
So what I thought too when I first saw this, I was like, oh nah, it's got to be racist. But it's actually a deep philosophical introspection on human rights, animal rights. What is the actual concept of being human? It's very philosophical for an anime about a human chimpanzee hybrid and just the overall place of something that does not exist or belong in the world. How does it find its place in the world?
Okay, W.
It's very deep and introspective for this. Meanwhile, PETA is blowing up buildings and shit in the anime.
I'm not gonna hold you. PETA is, and shout out to PETA, but like them niggas be wilding, bro. Do you remember when they popped up on Gucci Man during his book reading?
Nah, but
Gucci fur coats. The fuck?
Yeah, Gucci got a murder case. They better leave that alone.
Yeah, if PETA inspires to be like anyone, be like Jesse from Sentence to Be a Hero. Like have like real animal rights as the forefront of like maybe what's actually going on.
Yeah, W Jace. I fuck with Jace.
Yeah, but Darwin Incident is honestly it's in my rotation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those like you watch it and they'll drop like you ever see an anime that just every line is like a banger, and you kind of sit there and you're like, this is a fucking anime. Like the Mewtwo line from Pokemon that I can't recall off the top of my head right now.
Yeah, it doesn't
When he
matter
was
how you're
talking to me.
conceived.
Circumstances.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. That.
Yeah.
Like that. That does not exist already. A Pokemon movie said that. This anime is like that. Every episode is like that. At one point, they go to a diner, and the leader of the Animal League is like a black dude, and they go to the diner. Diner dude is racist, and he like kicks him out or whatever. And later, they kidnap him and beat him within an inch of his life. And they tell the recruit, like, hey, the only real way to stamp out racism in this world is to cut it out. I'll let you infer what happened from there.
I mean, we don't need to get into politics of that one, but
it's like they literally catch him outside the diner when he's putting out the trash and black bag him and put him in the back of a car. It's crazy.
These politics.
That's on like episode 4, dog.
That's fine. That's cool. So let's talk about something a little bit more melancholy. Did you guys enjoy Frieren this week?
Yes, for sure. I enjoy Frieren every week. No matter what the episode entails. I mean, last time we left off was the date between Fern and Stark, and that was wholesome. Half a little episode, and then it just kicked off, and more into finding the shits.
Yeah, like let's not forget that at any point in time, Frieren can blow everything up simply because she is like the strongest thing in that area at any given time.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, and they're so like nonchalant about even caring about power scale. Like, yeah, they bring it up every now and then just to let you know Frieren is the height of magic, end quote. But it's she gets she owes a debt to like 2 generations before because their family funded, Himmel's party. None of that shit was free. Like that, someone else had to have faith in them to go out and do that. So I like that how she was actually willing and to do the sentence to pay off the debt. So it ended up being like 300 years from the amount of money that she was able to give him that was left over from the owing. And basically he's like, hey, if you can find some silver and mine that, it will pay us back and we'll be good. And of course, best way to do 300 years of hard labor is use magic. So she's like in one with this cosmos right now, finding like where to mine the silver. And it's just more Frieren doing Frieren things.
The fact that she did it for just the love of the game, because she doesn't have to do this. When they hit her with the debt, she could have been like, I'll knock all this shit over. And there's no one in here that can stop me but my little homie. But she was like, you know what? I'll play along with you little silly human games.
Speaking of they were going to break them out.
Yeah, and then there was an episode before this one that was talking about this beer, this liquor that was like legendary or whatever, but actually tasted very, very terrible. And it does more world building where we see another elf who is with Frieren, who basically made up the legend that the beer was legendary simply to do it. Just for shits and gigs, was like, you know what? I'm going to spread the rumor that this is good, and it's going to become a rumor, and then that's it. And there's nothing anybody can do about it because I live forever. So ha 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 ha.
Catfishing beer is crazy.
Yeah, 200 years of his life, of his elf life, to go taste this beer to find out it was trash.
So a dwarf heard it was good and spent 200 years of their life learning how to mine just so they could find the beer because they heard it was legendary, only for it to be trash. And Frieren knew the truth the whole time and didn't tell him.
All right, I'm not gonna hold you. The more I watch and hear of Frieren, I'm like, she needs some psychiatric therapy. She does some very off things.
No, she's a sociopath.
Clearly.
You don't remember where she was like, never take your eyes off a demon, they're shifty. Okay.
Yeah, 100%. The coolest part about that whole exchange with the demon eventually is when she just unleashed her power and she said, kill yourself. in no uncertain terms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Crazy.
for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's the part in the story
you
where I
can,
wanted you to get to. There's hope for
I
you
mean,
finishing it and catching up.
Yeah.
listen, man, you can
There's
say
that.
whatever you want when can't nobody beat you.
Yep. That's a fact.
Yep.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
The way she internalizes like her outside surroundings and how they play a part in the world, but the like a ridiculous amount of apathy is the coolest part of the MC, I think,
Yeah.
because like she doesn't give a fuck, and she doesn't need a reason to give a
Not
fuck,
at
really.
all. She won the game. She's at level 99 right now. The game over. There is no more game. They beat the big bad. She's just walking around having adventures.
Yeah. Which is cool. You
Yeah.
know what? I've turned around on the show. I'm finally at the point where this is like, oh, finally. So I'll catch up with y'all eventually. Episode
But
14.
I mean, but don't be like the finally part either though, because everything leading up to where you start appreciating like the slice of life part of it more than the actual rah rah part. I feel like that is free. That is Frieren. So we only getting 10 episodes this season. We're about to get into the Revolt arc, and then it's about to go into the Golden Land arc. And people are really excited to see that, but it's just about as much fight as the exam and everything. Not to spoil what you're about to get into, but
The exam was a lot of fight though.
Yeah, it was, but it was written for that very purpose though.
Yeah.
Like without that, the elements of having people combat with just magic, free verse would be very unlikely with how the world is set up now, just already.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about to get into another mage of the seven of the mages of destruction. About to see one of them, so it's about to ramp up. But I just don't want anyone going into Frieren thinking like that's what to hang on to most of it though. That's not going to carry you.
But we do get bits and pieces of it throughout this season.
Yeah,
We've gotten
for sure.
some really, really cool fights, and Frieren likes to drop suns on demons. So
as long as I'm not going through another like 2 episodes straighter than walking around. Okay, let's talk about My Hero Vigilantes. Let's talk about My Hero Vigilantes.
See, that's what I'm saying. This is the Hours Hour episode. I'd rather honestly wait until the week after this. Oh,
okay, that's cool.
Because it's like right in the middle of the backstory flashback type of deal. Prince is training all 3 of them. Oboro is the name of the cloud quirk user, which is basically Goku. I haven't peeked until this episode that just recently came out.
Yeah.
I mean, the Nimbus Cloud was like okay, but he has like a whole power pole. His literal boots are the Dragon Ball boots. Like, there's other factors in there too. But I was like, wow. So this whole time I didn't know that he was Goku. I mean, we didn't get too much of him. Yeah, in MHA, he was more Kiriguri than anything. But I like that little element of how they're put that in there with the flashback.
Well, no, it's cool. We'll wait till next week because things get meaty. Things get real tragic too.
Prince showed a nipple. That's how the episode. Well, Prince is a hero. He's training Midnight, Mike, Oboro, and Ozawa, and yeah, he just felt like flashing a nipple. It's Prince. What do we? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I have many things to say. But I want to say this is why we need very good anime directors in the industry that will keep us on course. I want to talk about real quick the apparent leaving or abrupt leaving of JJK's director from this season. After this season, this part of the Culling Games, the JJK director is leaving Mappa.
So it's official.
It's official. He's leaving.
Yeah.
He's leaving. It's 100% happening. I want to say his name correctly, so forgive me. Shota Goshozono. Niggas call him Gozo. I respect you in everything that you do. I see that you've been working nonstop.
Go be with your
No,
family.
for real though, like really. Apparently, they have enough backed up episodes or stocked up episodes as a whole that like he can leave the rest of the animation. He has directed everything that he needs to. So the end of this first part of the Culling Game season is lockstep done. I do want to get to this. Allegedly, he just got a better opportunity. We'll see. You know, the Japanese are very, very picky about their words when they talk about their old companies. I feel like, and maybe I'm tripping. Guys, let me know if I'm tripping. The workload and the intensity that he had to engage with for Mappa was too much. And this might be a reach, but the ridiculous criticism that he's been getting has also been for him. I would imagine a person being like, I think I'm good. I think I'm going to work on something else for a while.
Kristen on the ending.
So I think the criticism that he's been getting has just been that this season has been more experimental than past seasons of JJK. Like the scene where Hakane meets Yuji and it's rotoscoped, the fight with Maki versus Enin clan, and them, a lot of people online, particularly in Japan, being very bitchy about it. Just different things that he has chosen to push the direction of the anime into, that the general fan, particularly in the East, I don't have direct numbers, but it's definitely a vocal minority over there, has maybe left a bad taste in his mouth, and that may have influenced his decision. He says it hasn't. He says it's just a better opportunity. I just find it real suspicious at the height of the most popular anime that you've worked on. When niggas are talking shit, you're also like, okay, I'm also leaving. Just odd timing. I don't know.
I think it may have hit a wall where he was like, you know what? I don't need this right now. Because the anime is literally cooking. And for anybody that's criticizing the Maki fight, right? Because it's based off of Kill Bill. Kill Bill is based off of Japanese cinema. That entire fight scene is based off of Japanese cinema. It's an homage to an homage to an homage. So for people to have issues of it because it's based off an American film, it's stupid. And niggas can't read. That's what I really think happened. And I think a large part of it is just people are upset. Even like the Naoya thing, where they were praising Naoya. He's a terrible person. What? What do you mean that's your guy? Like, it's small stuff like that that I think aided in his departure, because those decisions that he's making to change to like make it more experimental. When an anime has hit its stride, you don't see stuff like that. You see the same formula that worked last season and the season before last and the season before that, and then an anime gets stale. Even JJK that's like been super hyped, it can still get stale. Like, people forget that still happens to even anime we love. Dragon Ball Super got stale, like, and it's still good, but it still got stale because it was the same formula. But when you have somebody that's trying something new, people don't always like change. And also, niggas can't read.
And niggas can't read. That's a big problem with JJK fans that we've said a million times. Firmly believe it. Listen, I want to say again, he has said publicly it has nothing to do with any of the backlash that I've been getting. Weird timing. Yeah. If anything, I would imagine that Mappa would pay him higher than the next bidder just to keep him around.
Yeah, to finish it out with the second core.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, who's he getting? I don't know who's working with next, but whoever's working with next has deeper pockets than Mappa right now. Like, niggas know the anime industry is usually running in a deficit for most studios, right? Like, niggas understand that.
They probably offered him the same bag plus weekends off.
Awesome G shit. You know what's funny?
For him, 2 days with my family in total.
2 days with your family, and vacation day once a month. I would love to. What you mean,
bro? Have you guys ever seen that image of the dude that worked on Attack on Titan?
Nah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the La Brava eyes.
Bro, I'm about to pull up the image just so you guys can see. Bro, he was doing a presentation, and bruh is a zombie. These animators.
The sweatshop is real.
The sweatshop is so real, dog. Like, he is up there, he's speaking. If you watch the interview, I mean, he's coherent, but he's just like tired. But it's like, oh yeah. But when you look at his face, look at his face now. It is bad.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm pulling up right now so y'all can see.
Yeah, but nah, he probably stressed out. I'll be stressed out too.
100%, bro. Listen.
You got to think about it. If you do bad on it, you get death threats.
Yeah, which is terrible. Which is something it's terrible.
Damn, I kind of want to know what the direction would have been experimental wise for the second core had he stayed. But then again, like you're saying, to directly be attached to it at the end,
Oh my god!
He look like that's 12 rounds of boxing right there.
Bro,
that's 12. No
that's
way.
A allergy.
It's not even, bro. There's multiple images of him looking like this, doing a press run for Attack on Titan.
The desk is a bed. It is the table for what you eat as well. It's all that, all in one.
You live here now.
You do.
They did a poll one year about the most stressful jobs in Japan. Number one was heart surgeon, and number two was a manga artist. I'm sure anime industry stuff is not far behind.
Yeah, no. Damn, this shit crazy. Yeah, but I do feel sad that we won't get to see, because like we're not even in the bulk of the we're not even in the culling games yet. This is still all prelude, but he was able to do amazing things with just a prelude. So I'm kind of upset, but hopefully whoever takes it over next isn't like this. They did the same thing with Star Wars.
Oh, it's not. Don't get me started on Star Wars.
Yeah, was that the height too? Never mind. Yeah, that's not at all.
Goso Sensei, arigato. Thank you for everything that you've done. Seriously.
Thank you for sure. I'm don't even rock with JK like that.
Let's spend some time with your family now.
Yes, see your family, dog. I know what they're doing to you. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about other disappointments.
Crazy.
Did y'all read Ultimate Spider-Man? Because I did.
I did not, given the precursor you just said, but I'm here for it.
Listen, I'm trolling a little bit, but only a little bit. Only a little bit.
Are you glad it's over?
It's not that I'm glad it's over, man. I want to, first off, I want to say that this book did give me a lot of what I wanted. It did, 100%. As far as the series goes, I always want to see a Peter Parker that grew the fuck up. I always want to see a Peter Parker with a family. I always want to see how Peter Parker would deal with being Spider-Man and trying to raise a family. There's things that I wanted to see, and I got to see them. And for a short period of time, it was amazing. Then shit got wonky. I don't know if you guys remember, but issue 21 or 19, something like that, I was like, okay, it's officially a bad idea to have a month-by-month comic where you literally skip a whole month of time in between story beats. Insane. I had so much trust in Hickman that I was like, he's going to make it work. It did not work. A synopsis of this, guys. It didn't work.
I read the end of this book, and I'm excited to talk about it with you.
Good. So we open up with Spider-Man fighting Kingpin and Mr. Negative, essentially. Okay, we're about to get to the shits. They have to wrap this up. It's over. There is no story beats left. So it has to be coherent and it has to be quick. They do not really play around. They get to the fighting. Mr. Negative say, yo, you can't hit Kingpin. So he's like, fine, I won't hit Kingpin. Which is like, okay, Spidey, what are you going to do? How are you going to work your magic? All right, he works his magic by webbing up Mr. Negative. And as soon as Kingpin throws a punch, he throws that nigga in the way and busts that nigga's jaw open. Which is cool. Knocks him out. Powers can't work. Great workaround. Shout out to you, Hickman. Now we get to see a real knockdown, drag-out fight between Spider-Man and Kingpin. This is going to be the climax. While that's happening, we got Richard Parker, Venom, trying to figure out some shit with his girlfriend, Felicia Hardy. Remember, they're trying to mess with the Picotech stuff so they can mess with the system so they can be free, yada yada yada. Cool. The Picotech that is in the actual vault is working against Richard's suit. So that's terrifying because they're going to literally eat them alive. Amongst all that, we get a really cool image of anti-venom, essentially. Absolute anti-venom. That's cool, right?
Absolute.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Absolute.
Ultimate. I apologize. Ultimate anti-venom.
Oh, that's dope.
That's really cool. Like, there's stuff in here. I was joking. Clearly, I was a little disappointed, but there's such cool shit about this book. That's why I feel disappointed when things kind of go in a way I don't want them to go.
So it's just fan service. You enough on a silver platter enough to, bring you down enough to make you feel better that it's okay.
Well, let me tell you, one of the things I didn't like about this book was Chichetto has been the main artist, and they've been filling in with artists, and they use a fill-in artist for certain pages, which is like, guys,
pages.
What pages, bro? It's like, bro, you know this book was delayed, right? So the artist Chichetto had extra time to finish the book. Cool, whatever. I start disassociating, like, okay, I'm just going to pretend that this art is strictly for flashbacks. That's what it is. That's what it is, because I want to get through the story. And
it's a good way to think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. I'm coping hard. Smoking that good copium. Get back to the present. Chichetto, sweet. All right. They have like a nanotech gun or whatever, or a needle that's going to take away the powers of Kingpin. Because if you remember, a story beat from like all the way in the beginning of the story is Kingpin isn't just some big fat swole nigga. He has like a special compound of tattoos that makes his muscles stronger. That's how he can beat the dog shit out of a superhero like Spider-Man. Cool. He finally gets the needle in this really cool sequence. Just look at this art. Let's marvel at this art. He moves so quick around his arm like a spider that he doesn't know what to do, and he finally gets the needle in him. That's like, oh, this is how you use a medium. This is why comics are so cool, because you have an unlimited budget if you have a good artist, and it's captivating, right?
It's art, it's Absolute Wonder Woman paneling is S tier. This is a good A.
Listen, when Chichetto was on this book, it's a great book. It's a beautiful book.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. I feel his agony. I'm like scared. And then amidst all this happening, Uncle Ben and J. Jonah Jameson are releasing an article kind of damning Wilson Fisk and proving that like he's a sack of shit and there's less public support for him. The Kingpin files. Because that could never happen in real life, like
never.
A public figure having a whole bunch of files proving he's evil. While all this is happening,
Marvel got him. So while this is happening, you good, Justin?
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me, right?
That's crazy. Marvel got shooters.
I didn't even do anything to my mic that time. That was crazy. While all this is happening, Richard is fighting for his life, and they're about to get drowned by the anti-venom. Pause. But Richard, being a good superhero boy, figures out a way to get out of it. Okay, so that story beat is wrapped, and they get to have a nice moment where Felicia and Rich
That's
kiss.
cute.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, a little black girlfriend.
I think she's Latina, but whatever. Shout out to them.
Shout out to Brown, all the black and brown.
Shout out to all the black and brown. Shout out to Absolute Catwoman, but that's neither here nor there. And then we get to Wilson Fisk kind of like licking his wounds and being like, dog, my life kind of sucks, but I'm ready to build it back. Like, he's like Diddy after the trial. He's like, bro, it doesn't matter. Like, whatever they do to me, I'm about to do to the world. I'm up. It doesn't matter what's going on. And then Mr. Negative's like, jump off the building, bitch. Because that's his power. He can make people do what he says. This is where I go, okay, we ran out of time, didn't we? Because he knows that he has the power to make him do whatever he wants. Why would we stand next to the ledge on like a 20-story building and he just tried to get you killed.
I ain't never been compelled before.
Mind you, he walks up to the ledge because in that other panel, he's not near the ledge.
Yeah.
He walks to the ledge.
Cool, whatever. He grabs him on the way down. If I'm going down, you going down with me, bitch. All right. I am not finna die alone.
I'm supposed to believe that he contorted his body and before falling, gravity and everything. 300-pound man, probably.
With no superpowers now, by the way. No, none of that pseudo vibranium.
Also weighing like 300 pounds plus.
They both fall to their deaths.
Okay.
I know this was supposed to hit me harder.
Was it?
No pun intended.
Yeah, it did not. It did not move me. I can't.
Dog, when I saw, so I have two things to say. When I saw this, I was like, what? And then two, when Kingpin is giving his whole speech about I'm down bad, but I've been in this spot before. How you think I got to where I got? You didn't get anywhere. You was fighting for third place. Not even real third place, to be real. Like you wasn't even in the room.
Speak on it. Speak on it, bro.
You was somebody like he was somebody little nigga. Like they sent him to the store to go get like smokes and candy.
That's a fact.
He ain't have no real power. So I'm confused when he's like, I lost it all. I'm gonna get it back. Get what back, dog? You was at the bottom of the ladder.
Yeah, bro. Hey, man. But first off, I want to say showing two dead bodies on the cover of your paper is kind of crazy, but whatever. I get it. You gotta. It's how you celebrate. It's the victory. The shift in art back and forth was jarring for me because that beautiful page of them falling to their deaths was followed up by this, and the art is so different that it's hard for me to keep my head canon that like it's in the, because this isn't in the past. This is right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is right now. So it's not even like they split up art duties between different time frames. They just like did what they could when they could, which is crazy because it's got delayed. But so you had more time to finish.
It's not a flashback. This is a broadcast.
Even though they're talking to themselves with no cameras in the room. Sure. Yeah.
Broadcast
to me, this was kind of the most interesting part of this book. Green Goblin, Norman, Harry, whatever. Green Goblin is talking to Gwen, his wife, and Mysterio basically has control in New York now, which is like, it's really interesting. Wow. I wish we could continue talking about this. Universe is ending.
There was a panel before when Kingpin had lost everything of Mysterio, or did I come out? No, it came before this, right?
Yeah, I think it was. It was Mysterio shaking hands with Captain Britain or whatever. So swapping powers, you know what I'm saying? At least power of the region of New York.
Yeah, I don't know why Captain Britain owns New York, but whatever.
Well, he works with the Cabal that works with the Maker, or what is left of the Maker. That's another conversation if you're reading Ultimate Endgame. So he would broker that deal.
Niggas fighting for third place is crazy.
Niggas is fighting for third place. Third place is better than the bottom, I guess. So Osborn is talking to Gwen, who was exploded. And he's like, so like, what's good with us? And she's like, ooh, there is no us. We made a real quick devilish contract with each other as we were exploding, and this is all that's left. Sorry.
She don't look like a woman no more.
Ain't no woman, bitch. This is a monster. Yo. It was exploded, like that scene where she got exploded with all the other Mysterios. That happened. Like this is the consequence. She's no longer like truly a human. They've transmogrified themselves into something weird just to be kind of alive, which is crazy.
Really cool concept. However,
yeah, no. I would love to. What are you saying? What were we saying, Phil?
No, I said it's a really cool concept. However, We won't see it again.
We're never seeing this again. We'll talk about that later.
Mhm.
Remember that the AI in Osborn's suit is his dad, who was a dick to him his whole life and is being a dick to him while his soul is being crushed because he'll never be with his wife again. And in a nice change of pace, he takes the helmet off and says, "That's enough." Osborn says, "I'm good." And then he goes to Doc Ock and says, just take the AI out. I don't need to hear my dad's voice anymore. Which I was like, wow, look at that growth. That actually matters. You know, you don't need to be abused by your dad to feel close by him. I love that. I do.
Yeah. Good for
Now,
him.
this is where it just grinded my fucking gears again. How the fuck and why the fuck would you use Chichetto for flashback artwork? And then in the same scene, this is, guys, I'm not exaggerating. This is the same fucking scene. Switch over to the other artist. What are we doing? It's the same scene. There's no excuse. How?
Maybe he lost a bet.
Yo, like, no, bro. We gotta listen. We gotta have a conversation about this with Marvel, yo. Like, fam, DC gets a lot of shit for having fill-in artists for their premier books. It's been proven time and time again that they can get really good artists. They can conceptualize having something good or coherent with the story. You guys are feeling, and I think this is a fine artist. Messina is a fine artist, but you can't have the same scene with two different artists. And we gave you an extra month to draw the book, Marvel.
Yeah, not if it's not adding anything to the story, doing the two separate.
That's insane. Yeah. It's just the finale of your book, of arguably one of your best-selling books, period. It sells more than Amazing Spider-Man. What are we doing?
Not well.
Anyway, it all ties up in a bow. You know, the final page of the first issue where he's just standing by himself. He's standing with his family. That's a beautiful scene. I really do love that. I do. I do.
It'd be cool if it meant something.
Man, bro. Man, like, listen, I'm a Jonathan Hickman believer. I am. I'm subscribed to a Substack. I've bought books I have no business buying. I've read Manhattan Projects. I've read East of West. There is no greater comic book event than Secret Wars 2015. Something happened here and he fumbled. He just fumbled. She just, I don't know if he had too many things, juggling too many things at the same time. It just didn't feel right. It didn't land correctly. And there's cool shit in here. There's stuff that I really appreciate. But
the anti-venom thing was cool. I thought Black Cat was going to get the anti-venom suit. I think that could have been cool if she got anti-venom and then Black Cat and Venom helped Spider-Man beat Kingpin, because we've never seen that happen before. It's normally cool. Spider-Man on the ones, but like seeing him, his kid, and his kid's girlfriend beat him and Mr. Negative, I think that could have been really cool.
I mean, the fight scenes were beautifully drawn. I have no problem with how the fights ended. I think Peter having that little needle thing to cripple Kingpin while he's getting crippled in the public was a great parallel. You know, that was cool. The wrapping up of the story beats just felt very clunky, especially considering he's Jonathan Hickman. He decides when he ends the book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not Marvel coming down and be like, you got 24 months. He's fucking Hickman.
He made this choice.
Yeah, man. And this is the second time where something is ended very awkwardly under his ship that he's driving.
Well, we kind of talked about it before we started recording, and you were saying like how he just doesn't have the love for the promotion of the medium of the art form. He's kind of just sounds to me like only there for the story, and then however it's put out, laid out, like roll out, it's not really up to me. And in contrast with Scott Steiner, and how he's dealing with Absolute just in general, and then not only the Absolute Batman one that he's working on just as like a writer. So he's wearing all different types of hats, but he's still going to post on his story and make sure that you pre-order your 3 months ahead, because all the shit is real crack cocaine, nigga. This you get this shit and it fly off the shelves, nigga. I don't start this a generational run and then let it fizzle out. No, I end that shit too, and then start off immediately another one. So it's
but
just
Hickman is also famous enough that he could just get an assistant to do that. He didn't have to do that.
Maybe he does have an assistant doing that, but it always means more when it comes from the horse's mouth, dog.
Yeah.
And I don't want to conflate the two issues, because first off, that's true. We did talk about that. When it comes to Scott Snyder, he will let you know I got coke in the pocket. He will let you know. He's going to call the police. He's going to call the Air Force. He's going to call your auntie. Listen, I got it for the low. All right.
From across the room, he's going to hit you with one of these.
He's always been, from when I first started reading comics, he's always been very in your face about like, this is the best thing ever. You should really read it. Hickman literally started a Substack and said one of the reasons why is because he can't stand solicitations. And you can tell, like, I'm sure he loves Marvel, but he doesn't enjoy that part of being the dancing monkey. But that's if you're really the big dude in the room at some point in time, you gotta dance.
Go to Image. Go to Dark Horse. Go somewhere else.
You know what? I love him. I've read some of his books in Image. Like I said, East vs. West and Manhattan Projects, which are masterful. The stuff that makes the most noise is the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, but at what cost?
Listen, man, there's a cost here. This is 2 times. I'm just saying. I don't want to put that there. This is 2 times in which the man who I know has more control than the average comic book writer has let a run fizzle out. Just being real. And he's a genius. He's incredible. But like, I can't ignore that.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Yikes.
All right. Let's talk about some happy stuff here.
Yeah, because it's not solicitation when it's real coke. I'm just giving you the word, man.
This book is so fucking good. What are we talking about?
It's so good. It's so good.
Absolute Batman meets Pamela Isley, aka Poison Ivy, and it is twisted. I've been yapping a lot. You go off for a little, Phil?
So basically, the book picks up with Dr. Pamela Isley as like a small child. Her mother has cancer, pretty much. So the small child makes it her entire life mission to fix her mother's cancer. That's her entire thing. So she spends her life developing. This plant serum that can hopefully replicate and cure cancer cells at the same time. So we're getting flashbacks of Pamela Isley's childhood and through her young adult life as she develops this like cure almost. Meanwhile, what's going on in Gotham currently is there's a giant plant bloom, or there's a giant like thing in the middle of the city.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, there's a giant thing in the middle of the city that has no organic life in it. So Batman goes to investigate, and Batman looks absolutely awesome. He looks like Denji from Chainsaw Man.
Well, the homages are so clearly there. It's so awesome.
It's so fucking cool. It's so cool. So then Batman goes into like this giant plant bloom, and he's like, I need to see what's going on. Alfred is the man in the chair now. He's in his ear. Like, look at that. It's just chainsaws on the arms. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
I also want to point out this is the coolest these gadgets have gotten so far. The chainsaws on the arms and the rebreather attached to the back is a nice touch. I also want to shout out. Remember, we're talking about guest artists. Eric Canetti. You
But
fucking murder
also,
this issue.
Also, the thing about it too is that he doesn't have unlimited funds, which means he made those.
Yeah, 100%.
Him in his garage made them shits.
He's an engineer.
So, yeah, right. So we get him going into the city and basically fighting his way up, and he comes in contact with these like entities that are almost human-like. But Alfred says there's no humans inside of where you're at, and then they just mutate into these fucking plant zombie creature things. And then we get another flashback with Pamela Isley where I believe she said at some point, like in another world, I would have just stopped at plants, but I'm going to look at the entire kingdom of like animals and everything just to try and find
in another world.
Seven
in
Kingdoms.
another world.
Yeah, in the Seven Kingdoms, yeah.
Yeah, so she said, I'm going to look at every single thing to try and find something that intersects, to try and find a cure for my mother's cancer. Like, it's such a good, sad-ass story because no one in the absolute universe has a good life, apparently.
Yeah.
Except for Lex Luthor, but different story.
Darkseid
that's about to change.
A lot of anime. Yeah. Darkseid watches a lot of anime and he just hates Batman.
Yeah, Darkseid hates Batman, I believe, is like the consensus of the absolute Batman series. It's just the absolute worst nightmare fuel-inducing things that you can possibly imagine in an already dark world. Somehow it's worse, you know?
And there's a whole bunch of there's 3 story beats here. One is Batman having to fight Poison Ivy. Cool. 2 is Batman dealing with the fact that this whole Batman journey is not what he thought he was. Like, he's clearly a person that's anti-establishment, anti-system, and now he is being used by the system to make money. Like, people are using his symbol as memorabilia and selling it, which makes him sick to his stomach. Because most of what's happened in his life is due to a whole bunch of rich assholes.
So now it's become perpetuating part of the system.
Yeah.
Which is like before Batman was a symbol of fear. Now it's a symbol of capitalism almost, which is just the storytelling.
Imitating life a little bit.
Oh my God. Yes. Yeah.
And, you know, we have the Martha storyline, which we're going to touch later on.
Oh my God. Yeah. That part. That's.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna touch it? Ooh.
Yeah.
Crazy. Hey yo.
Right, so as Batman is fighting his way up the tower of Poison Ivy, essentially, which I think it's her. I think that's her body. I think
so, man. I think it's all an extension of her. I really do.
Because he recalls at one point, he's like, I remember seeing these in Arc M. Because he fought his way through a section of Poison Ivy, but we know that the Joker in the last issue released all these things, and I guess Poison Ivy was one of them. So I guess that does make sense why Poison Ivy is here wreaking havoc. So as he's climbing his way up the tower, he sees this thing that looks like a biblically accurate angel, which is wild. That's
went
like
insane.
What? What is that?
That is something I never want to see in real life. That is what that is.
Yeah, just eyes and things. And one of the motifs that Poison Ivy was saying to her mother was something about a wish, right? Like, what is your wish? Her mother was asking her, like, what's your wish? And obviously her wish is for her mother not to have this debilitating cancer.
Yes.
So we hear Poison Ivy keep reiterating this as Batman gets further and further up the Poison Ivy tower. Yeah.
I also want to mention, you know, I'm hoping we get to see Barbara Gordon a little bit more. I wonder if she's going to be Batgirl in this universe. I wonder, because she's such a cop. She's like such a cop. She's already doing her thing. She's fighting the good fight. And maybe I'm tripping, but are the cops really that corrupt in Gotham? Have we shown a whole bunch of corruption in Gotham PD in this universe?
I don't think they can afford to be. Everything is so bad.
Yeah, like
everything is so bad.
You know, a lot of times in these Batman stories, like Renee Montoya leaving the force to do other stuff, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's just so much corruption in Gotham that, like, she's like, all right, I can't really help the system. Maybe they'll get to it later on. I just haven't seen it yet. So maybe she's gonna just like stay a police officer and not have to be Batgirl, which I don't mind. I don't hate. You know what I'm saying? Like
But I think she might. I think she might join Batman just because the level of things they're fighting, they're not equipped to handle.
Yeah,
They're
that's true.
not equipped to handle giant plant monsters, and we're not even at the part where we see Poison Ivy yet.
Yeah, which is wicked. Nightmare fuel. I also thought the sequence was really good when he like just pushes her away, like, all right, get the fuck out of here. We need shit to I have shit to do. You're gonna get in my way. So he gives her one of his wings and pushes her off, and it becomes a parachute. Remember, you know, he has at least a little affinity for her because she could have shot him or dimed him out when he crash landed in front of her. And the cop said, "Do you see Batman or the victim or whatever?" And she's like, "Nah." Basically said, "Yo, get out of here, yo."
Yeah. This book is so good.
This
so
book is too good.
Batman confronts Poison Ivy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He sees her. Now, mind you, the entire air is toxic. And Batman took off his mask at the bottom of the thing, was like, fuck this, I need to be able to see.
Well, no. He didn't take it off. The mutant zombies or whatever, they ripped it off his face. And he was like, oh shit, I got to wrap my face up. Like he's wearing that around his face as a last measure because the rebreather got taken off by those plant zombies.
Yeah, but he's Batman, so fuck it.
Yeah, he's Batman.
So then we see him confront Poison Ivy and... Oh, wait, no, this. Yeah, so this is why I think the thing is, like the entire tree thing is her. I think she moves through it.
No, here's the thing. I do got to... Yeah. I'm 99% sure he's hallucinating right here. Because remember, at the end of the book, he's definitely hallucinating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will see, but it's going to be a good debate. It's going to be, I guess it's up to interpretation. Like you could be right, I could be right, but we'll find out.
Yeah, because I think the thing with all the clones too, I think that is part of this. But
I don't know if it's clones. I don't know if he's seeing stuff because he breathed in so many of the spores. The spores that Poison Ivy's giving off, it has a lot of effects on you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Glow Up Bulb.
Shout out to Glow Up Bulb.
Yeah.
One of the most toxic cards ever created.
Get out of here, man.
Oh hell yeah, you're crazy. There's a reason why I got limited.
So then he finally confronts Poison Ivy.
When she looks like a beautiful baddie, right?
Yeah. I mean, never mind. But yeah, still.
Whoa. Hey. I don't know about that. I'm not smashing that.
I'm taking all this for. I'm taking all this for.
Once you see what she becomes, I don't know if you're gonna agree with that.
Hey man, you could pray. That's not praying mantis, or is that praying mantis?
She's everything that you shouldn't put anything into.
Yeah, okay. So she's like all seven kingdoms. Do you want to take it over, Justin?
Yeah, I want to talk about this scene right here. You know, earlier on where he's kind of losing his shit because his friends don't want to talk to him. Oswald Cobblepot, he's like, yo, don't come back to this lounge. I don't want to see you. Edward Nygma disappeared, and so did Harvey Dent. So he's like freaking out. The one thing that he had left, which was his routine, was talking to Joe Chill. And Joe Chill was like, I don't want to talk to you. Leave me alone. So he flips the fuck out. He's walking down the street and he kicks over a stand with a whole bunch of Batman paraphernalia. He is just sick to his stomach of everything and lashing out in the world. They show the parallels where he's like literally trying to burn down his enemy in front of him. There's a bigger problem. And it looks like this. Y'all still trying to hit this?
Still.
I mean, hey, man. Y'all ever see Little Shop of Horror for?
I rebuke it. I rebuke it. No, but the parallels of him.
Lights on too.
You're sick. The parallels of him lashing out at something that's immediately in front of him, even though the real problem is more deep rooted and much uglier, culminating in this.
That was a bar. Yeah. That was a bar.
I just really great. It's cinema. It's just good to see, man. It's great theming on top of incredible art and nice action scenes with a whole bunch of aura.
If you look at it, her feet are coming out of the ground.
Yeah, that's true, 100%. But that's not even the craziest part of the book, though.
No, which is bananas. But I will say, just like the overall horror of because this is a horror series, is body horror. Every villain that we've seen has been a different level of body horror or body mutation.
Yeah, and that's Scott Snyder's bag. That's what he's good at. He's always been good at that. He's all the way back to his story with the New 52, Court of Owls. Martha is got a thing going on with Jim Gordon. And we've kind of seen this from the very first issue or very first arc, but Bruce clearly didn't know. So amongst him trying to find some normalcy, he wants to go see his mom, and there goes the commissioner making out with her on this couch. He's like, all right, I'm going to go deal with some demon plants because this is some bullshit.
Darkseid really hates Batman because how do you lose more when you've already lost everything twice?
My goodness. Martha's trying to figure out what to do about Bruce because clearly after the Arkham thing and Bane, his life is fucked. You know, his friends don't like him. His girl left town. He's even more isolated than before, and he's clearly on the edge. So Martha is going to reconnect with some old buddies to try to see if she can get some control of her life or whatever else is going on. Do you guys know who those old buddies are? Desmond doesn't. The old buddies are the Court of fucking Owls. Martha Wayne has connections to the Court of Owls in this universe. I don't care what anyone says. Scott Snyder's the fucking GOAT.
Yeah. I wonder, are they good in this? Like, because clearly they're not in cahoots with the Joker. So that means they might be like protectors.
I don't know. I don't want to make any assumptions. I don't know. I feel like in this universe, because everything's flipped on its head, they could be guerrilla warfare that knows that the Joker is a psychopath and they're trying to take him from the inside out.
They're not. They're basically like the IRA or something like that. Like they're not like the established elite governments that eat people.
No. But we'll have to see to find out. And this was something I did not fucking expect at all.
IRA.
I saw that Scott was, because we talked about it, the Court of Owls is coming. I was like, oh, that's really cool. I wonder how they're going to pop in. Oh, no. They're in the house already. They're in the house. Ah!
Didn't he show us Dick Grayson at some point and he was like an EMT or something?
They did. I think they showed him like issue fucking 1, dog.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. I thought that was weird that they just showed him and then that was it. Because isn't in like mainline, he's supposed to be like what Batman is to like the world essentially. Dick Grayson is to the Court of Owls. He's supposed to be like the guy.
He was going to be a Talon. They had a filling in his mouth and they were going to put Electrum in him, and he was going to be a Talon. But through fate, Bruce Wayne happened to be there when his parents died, and he ended up becoming Robin instead. Literally only by coincidence. And you can see him again in the corner over here saying how much he fucking hates Batman. Because that's been a theme. Every time you see Dick Grayson in this book, he relents against Batman.
Sure.
Oh, this is from the fourth book?
No, this is from this book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a quick page. It was just Bruce like basically crying over the fact his life sucks. And I mean, it is what it is. That's what happened.
But we do see Dick Grayson again.
We do see Dick Grayson again, and
who's an EMT.
It was an EMT, which I love, by the way, because he would be an EMT. He likes to help people. He likes to use his hands. He likes to be in the action. He likes to be a hero. Like, yeah, be a rock star EMT. I love this book. If you can't tell, y'all, this book just refuses to let me down. Every time I think it's gonna zig, it zags. A lot of action. The guest artist is really good and fit the motif of this book because there was a lot of action.
Who the fuck? A guest artist.
We gotta get you into wrestling, man. We gotta get your zig and zag expectation on a level to where you know what I'm saying. But nah, shout out to
Yeah.
Scott Steiner. He gonna put some. I do like the absolute Robin tease because far as um
Oh,
logos
that's not even
go,
the tease.
That's not the tease.
yeah, I know it's not, but I'm just saying that you don't even know really what Robin that could be for. I mean, it's just really the R, so I doubt it's EMT Dick at this point because this. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, it's just promotional art, but he's looking at that,
Well, this
and
is this is a this is a cover, which is
right.
Yeah.
can be promotional art, but like from what I've seen in the absolute Batman run so far, the covers actually mean something. They're not just straight up lies.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's a problem in comic books. They lie in the cover, and I know it's for hype images or whatever, but like I haven't seen like a straight up lie in the absolute Batman run. Things
I
are
was gonna say
pretty closely related to the truth.
that's more Marvel, the lying on the cover, right?
Yeah.
I don't want my mic cut off again. I'm leaving my mic.
But I will say though, at least given the teases that we got of Dick, he's the only Robin that we've seen. We haven't seen any of them, except for Barbara, but we like Batgirl. And given that we saw him again in this book, I think he's going to be a Talon. But I think the Robin that we might get is probably going to be a version of either Jason Todd or Damian.
That's what I'm saying. It might be the because with the absolute Joker issue, I gave the theory that the Red Hood would be his Joker's Robin.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Y'all remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, you did. It's coming back to me. Yeah, you did. That's interesting. Because this book has not let me down in 17 issues. I'm rolling with whatever. This is a subversion of the main universe, so it doesn't have to be Dick Grayson, even though I would love it to be. I do want to say, Scott Snyder literally counted down the days to when he was allowed to show this. Literally for like 5 days straight, he was like, I can show the cover in 4 days. I can show in 3 days, 2 days. And like 5 hours before, he was like, in a couple hours, I'm going to reveal the cover for 20. I'm like, God damn, this must be crazy. This is crazy.
What if Dick Grayson is just straight up Nightwing? Because he's already an adult.
And you know what? To be fair to the modern fan, that's all they know him as.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
That would be interesting. And I kind of don't mind that.
Someone's supposed to die. Hold up. Let me read the thing to what it says for the actual what they say is gonna happen in 20. Because it says somebody's supposed to die. I mean, essentially, they didn't say death, but Gotham is reeling. The dust is settling after the loss of Redacted. Someone's gonna die. The new players are entering the scene ready to hunt. Could be something Court of Owls reference.
Yeah.
But the real question on everyone's mind is it finally time for Robin? Red and green too, with the little but yeah, issue 20. From now we're at 17. So for someone to die and then niggas still to be on the hunt, I don't know, man.
You know what? I hope it's Duke. I want it to be Duke.
Don't do that, bro. Don't kill that nigga first, bro.
No. I'm not saying he dies. I want it to be Duke, but I want it to be either like something him and Selena had a kid or something. I don't know. Something.
Bro. No, it has to be Duke. It's got to be Duke. Y'all don't understand. No, y'all don't understand. Duke is a Scott Snyder character. He introduced him in his run in New 52. That's a fact.
And we are getting a Catwoman book, so maybe it's Batman and Catwoman's son. Maybe remember.
I hope not.
Illegitimate love child. Nah, he's better than that. But
and he's only 25. The kid would be like when you have the kid when he was 12. You know.
Fuck Duke, nigga.
Anyway.
I hope that it is Duke. That would be really cool. I'm very excited.
I think it might be Duke.
I'm cool with that. And we could finally get a lot of what he's been doing has been calling back to the stuff that he's done before and subverted it. for Duke being the last Robin, he never officially became a Robin. He became a Robin in the future, in the Future's End book. Being the last Robin instead of being the first one in this universe, I'd love to see that.
The symmetry is symmetry. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not going to theory craft too much because I got to read the damn book, but
yeah. When's it come out?
On there. 3 months from now. So
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. March, April, May. Comes out in May, issue 20.
Ooh.
He's like, I'm gonna show y'all the dope. I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm just gonna show it to you and just know it's coming.
It's a real school. It's a real skill, bro. It's a real skill to be able to get so many people excited to read a book. I told you guys before that not a whole bunch of, but I've seen comic book shops selling issues that came out last year for like $50, $60 of Absolute Batman, which I don't like, but that proves how much hype there is behind the book. There's so many people ready to read it that they can set at that price and expect someone to buy it. The book cost fucking $4.
Is it the meme come up?
It did cost $4.
Yeah, it did. It did.
2 for $5 purple tops. You got what you need.
There is a whole bunch of absolute stuff that I could talk about, but we might save it for another time, or I might go a live stream. What do you guys want to do? You guys want to cover it or not?
I say we do live stream.
Okay.
So I'm excited to hear about the other absolute stuff as well.
Okay, cool.
Because everything absolute is just take my money at this point.
I'm caught up now with everything except for Green Lantern. I'm one issue behind. Caught up with everything.
I gotta catch up on Green Lantern, which is sad that I haven't been reading it because that's like my favorite one.
Green Lantern is so good. It's so good.
All
right, y'all.
Let's live stream.
Yeah, let's do a live stream and talk about some of this stuff. Let's get to recommendations.
Recommendations. My recommendation is the Darwin Incident. It's the most philosophically driven show I've seen since Code Geass. Not counting Fullmetal Alchemist, clearly. But yeah, like the depth that they go to their philosophy of just what does it mean to be human is very interesting. And given the subtext of this dude that fucked a chimpanzee and had a baby, outside of that, it's a deeply introspective show.
It's a nice thing to put to the side.
Yeah, that part. But yeah,
we are nasty. Yo, we are a nasty team. We are nasty. You're nasty.
Oh man. Sometimes Poison Ivy looks not human. Still got to do the deed. Anyway, my recommendation is
take one for the team.
It's Fire Force. Speaking of philosophical shit, I mean, we're about to get a lot of shit coming. Hamea is about to matter a lot more. We haven't even seen like final forms. They're doing, like I said, differently than in the manga because it's all happening at once and there, but they're kind of structuring it to where the Arthur thing is going to be like right before the end of everything, and I'm cool with that. But yeah, go ahead and watch Fire Force. It's great, real philosophical. I mean, real philosophical.
Okay. Guys, was there ever a doubt? Was there ever a doubt?
Daddy.
Scott Snyder, Eric Canetti, you guys made a great issue with a lot of twists and turns. Batman hates himself, which we always love to see. Batman's got to fight cool kaiju-esque things. Love to see it. Batman's mom is part of the Quarter Owls. What the fuck? That was all in one issue. And it doesn't look like this is going to slow down. Read Absolute Batman. I'm sure I'm not the only person that has said that to you. Let me be the 150 or whatever.
Yeah, and there was like one artist for one particular scene and the rest of the comic all the way throughout, right? Right?
Who the fuck that would be a thing that looks good and it works? Crazy. It's such a wild concept.
A finale issue.
Marvel
that was another.
Okay, here you go. Damn, take the book. Leave us alone. Take this and shut up. Be lucky we ended it. Be lucky we finished it.
Mm.
I still love Marvel, but man, you know, I do.
I
We'll talk
saw.
off camera.
It's one of them. It's one of them. I'm taking off the helmet for this AI. I don't need this anymore. all this downplaying. Stop it.
That was another grand episode of Dots and Lines, people. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed because we enjoy making it. Please like, share, subscribe, read a comic, be nice to each other. Okay, bye.
Talk about some nuke. They didn't even successfully nuke.
Did you nuke the field just now? Is that what that was?
It's a bomb.
I didn't just nuke. That's what I'm gonna start doing.
Psycho.